An El Paso woman on the road to recovery after a severe bout with COVID-19. The message she and her husband have for the entire community. The virus has left the city of El Paso reeling. We'll tell you the tough decisions to lay off city employees and what it means for the future of city services. Plus, we honor the life of an El Paso firefighter who died while serving our community. Hello, I'm Ricky Saillas. We'll get to those stories in a moment. But first, we start with the stay home, work safe order. It has ended here in El Paso. Businesses like restaurants, retail stores, malls, and movie theaters are open, but with certain restrictions. Employees must wear face masks. Safety measures must be met, and businesses can only have a 25% capacity. Golf courses and private tennis courts are open, and fishing is allowed. Mayor DeMargo and County Judge Ricardo Samaniego lifted the stay-home order to follow Governor Greg Abbott's decision to reopen Texas on May 1st.
Here's a chance to start opening. Now, I'll also say if businesses aren't ready to open with a 25% capacity, if they don't think they can do that correctly, the judge and I have talked about this, they shouldn't open. But those that do open need to abide by the rules, because what they do and how they perform, and if they don't abide by the rule, that affects others. It affects all of us.
A few places remain off limits. All city parks, including playgrounds and basketball courts, libraries, museums, and rec centers remain closed as well. Walking paths at parks can be used to walk or run, but people just can't set foot inside the park. The updated directive is posted on epstrong.org. The Public Health Department says there are more than 900 cases of COVID-19 here in El Paso, along with 18 deaths. I had a chance to talk to an El Paso woman who is recovering from the virus. Here is what she had to tell us.
I just want people to understand that this is not a joke. I mean, I miss my kids. My kids cannot be around me. My kids are staying with their grandparents, because they're safer over there. And it makes me so upset that people are out there without a mask, that they don't care, they don't have no worry in the world.
Tell me what your reaction was when you found out that your wife had tested positive for COVID.
Oh, man.
Take me back.
You know what? I went outside and I started crying.
I would go to work, come home, take a shower, and then be with my babies. But,
They're not taking away your freedom. The only thing they want from you, at least to obey what they're telling you to do, to stop this growth on this thing to spread.
As a mother, I'm supposed to be protecting my kids, and they're supposed to be safe at home. And it's sad that I can have my kids and they cannot be here with me because they're not safe at home. And I really, really miss my kids.
Such an emotional story, but we have some good news though. Laura is now able to see her children. She posted on her Facebook page, "I finally got my release and get to have my babies back and get to hug them. I beat COVID-19 and I could not have done it without you all." We're so glad to hear that Laura is doing so much better. City leaders say there is an estimated $33 million decrease in revenues expected this fiscal year that ends August 31st. To help balance the budget, council voted to make some changes to it by allowing the city to furlough and lay off 450 city employees who are unable to work from home or whose programs have ended. Salaries have also been slashed across the board. Prior to the vote by council, the city cut services like reducing construction projects, route adjustments to Sun Metro, stopping the streetcar, and a hiring freeze, among others. While many city services and employees are taking a hit, city leaders say public safety, public health, and streets remain a top priority throughout the crisis. The city also created an economic recovery plan that supports small businesses, aids the food bank, supports homeless shelters, and provides daycare assistance. Leaders are exploring more ways to handle this year's budget shortfall. However, they say next year's budget may be worse with a possible $60 million deficit. Businesses continue to adjust to the COVID-19 crisis. We talked to one local business named Technimark to see how they're helping stop the spread of the virus.
Well, my name is Ever Moya, and I'm the Director of Operations for the Southwest for Technimark. We're a manufacturer of medical devices, medical parts for the medical industry, as well as for the packaging and consumer goods industry. We were very fortunate that our leadership team and our executive team, our corporate headquarters, was ahead of everything. They put together what's called the Coronavirus Leadership Team. the CLT as we call it, and they provided us a lot of input, a lot of training. We developed a lot of tools to help our employees. When they arrive at work in the mornings, we do a temperature test.
96.6. Okay.
As well as some questions. Every time a visitor comes in, we ask them questions, and we also take their temperature.
All right, if you don't mind, I'm going to take your temperature right here.
In our break room, we had tables that we separated, and we actually went out and bought individual tables where one person sits at a time. So it's not a group of people that sit together. We also marked off 6-foot spaces where employees, when they come in, when they walk in, when they have to clock in, they wait till the next person gets clocked in before they can go in there. Our engineering team here developed and they put together plastic shields for the workstations that separate all of the operators so that they're not standing close to each other. We gave all of our employees additional masks so that they can clean them and make sure as they wash one, they wear the clean ones. And it's recommended that they wear them throughout the facility here. We ship most of our stuff out, and what we've done in our shipping is we've developed procedures where we don't have any interaction with the truckers. It's all done virtually. They back up their trucks, they get loaded, and they go away. At this time, we need to support each other. We need to support our biggest asset, our employees, making sure that they're providing for their families and also that they have a safe and a healthy work environment for them.
Thank you to media specialist Nigel Sherman for putting together that video. There's no doubt the COVID-19 pandemic has affected all of our lives and the virus has yet to reach its peak. The city continues its fight and calls to action a larger disease investigation team. Your City in 5 correspondent Armando Saldivar explains how these contact tracers are making a difference in our community.
Things have changed for many public health employees. In addition to screenings when they arrive at work, nearly 100 employees have been assigned as contact tracers. As soon as a positive case is entered into the database, a contact tracer is assigned to go into action. The goal is to isolate or quarantine those who have tested positive or those who have been in contact with someone who has tested positive.
Have you ever served in the military?
And SETA is not alone. A host of public health employees, including nurses, health educators, food inspectors, epidemiologists, and members of the El Paso Fire Department, have come together to make up the contact tracer team. This all-important work helps public health officials get a clearer picture of who in El Paso has been exposed to COVID-19 and to better understand how the disease is being spread.
Hi, good afternoon. How are you doing? My name is Isabel.
I'm Armando Saldivar reporting.
Thank you, Armando, for that report. Now, to help with investigations, the Department of Public Health suggests that if you do have symptoms, to make a log of those symptoms and to make a list of anybody you may have come in contact with. Remember to support our healthcare heroes by turning on your porch light every Friday at 7:30 p.m. Take a picture and share it on the city's social media sites using the hashtag UniteWithLightEP. Quickly now to some other headlines happening across the city. Recreation centers and libraries remain closed, but people can use the Wi-Fi at those buildings. The city has expanded the signal at several facilities. Students or anyone who doesn't have internet access at home can use the Wi-Fi by parking near a city building and adding digital El Paso Wi-Fi to their device. No password is needed. The free service is available 24/7. We want to take a minute to recognize the life and service of El Paso firefighter Eduardo Ramirez. He was a fire suppression technician for the department. He collapsed and died during a training exercise on April 21st. Affectionately known as Lurch by his fellow firefighters, Ramirez served 19 years with the department, recently at Fire Station 8 in the Kern Place area. He was known for his gentle demeanor and his willingness to help and mentor everyone in need. Our prayers are with his family, loved ones, and the entire fire department. Rest in peace, Firefighter Ramirez. Thank you for your service. We're out of time on this edition of YC5, but remember, all of the information related to COVID-19 is available on epstrong.org. You can also find it on all of the city's social media sites. For Jonathan Romo, who's editing this video, I'm Ricky Saillas. Remember to stay safe and be good to each other. We'll see you next time on Your City in 5.